Okay, those of you who watch this show know we like to start off with some memorabilia. I got two pieces for you today. First of all, there's the LA. Who's wearing it on the cap? Oh, one of the all-time greats, Johnny Roseboro, in his book, Glory Days with the Dodgers and Other Days with Others, with Bill Libby. What a great book this is. If you've never read this book, you're missing a piece of great Dodger history, particularly the 1960s. All right. The other piece of memorabilia, I got one of my Rain Spooner shirts on today. Check that out. Wow, gotta see that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, you got to do it for opening day. Tomorrow's opening day. Let's do a countdown. Let's get this going. A little sinister style, like we got the swagger. We know we're gonna win, so let's do it sneaky sinister style, like let's beat them up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's start this season, shall we? Yeah. Woohoo!
Time for Dodger baseball.
You bet it is. It is now. 1 day away. The jersey worn by Pee Wee Reese, number 1. One more day, Dodger fans. I'll give you all the skinny on that in a minute. We made it. Can you believe it? We made it? Wow, the spring just went. Anyway, I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on in, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. And we're all in it together. And we're going to do it again. We're going to repeat this year. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, today's the 31st of March, 2021. We are 1 day away from the baseball season. The Dodgers cleaned out the Angels last night. It didn't look like it in the score, but believe me, they did. Hey, 12 home runs in 3 games, 4 in each game. That's just amazing. And let's hear them right now. Not in any order because 2 of them are together, but Mookie Betts hit 2 of them. We'll start with his. Let's hear both of them.
Betts, it's a fly ball to deep center field. Mike Trout's back. He's at the wall. Mookie Betts with a home run. 9 home runs in the freeway series for the Dodgers. 7 different players. And now Betts joins that parade. And we just saw Betts drives the first pitch that he sees towards the right field corner, peels towards the pole and into the seats. A 2 home run night for Mookie Betts to finish off the spring. Bring on the real thing.
That's it. Bring on the real thing, Joe. I love Joe Davis. Isn't he the best? All right. And now, after that, we had a gentleman named Mr. Bellinger. We know what he can do. That swing is dangerous. Check this out.
Here's Bellinger. Oh. A home run last night, one of the 4 they hit.
That's the
walking twice in game 1. It's a high fly ball down the right field line. If it's fair, forget about it. It is a fair ball and a home run.
Yeah.
Back-to-back games with a home run for Bellinger. These guys are ridiculous. 10 home runs in 2 games in 1 inning.
Oh, wow. And then the last one by Mr. Smith. You know, that new kid, the catcher. Check it out.
Smith yanks a highline drive, deep left field, and gone again. 4 home runs in all 3 games of the Freeway Series. Put the whole team in one giant roll of bubble wrap and ship them to Denver.
12 home runs in the last 20 2/3 innings. Might as well go for a big year.
That was crazy. That was just crazy. You know, we're gonna kick the hell out of the National League and everybody else this year that gets in our way. So watch out, everybody. Okay, so you had those 4 home runs, 2 by Mookie, 1 by Bellinger, 1 by Smith to end the spring. Injury report, we got a little teeny tiny injury report. Joe Kelly is day-to-day. Brusdar Graterol day-to-day. They're both rehabbing at this time. They say Graterol's ahead of Kelly in the progress timetable for return to the team. The other bit, do we need him yet? Not right now. Take your time, boys. It's a long season. The only other bit of news to report is that the 40th spot on the roster was taken by Scott Alexander, and Dennis Santana was optioned out. So there's no surprises here. We're starting with a team that is fully loaded, locked and loaded, and ready to go. And that's all we're set to do. All right. Whenever I do this, it means fun stuff. And, of course, this whole show is fun stuff. As I said earlier, the piece of memorabilia we featured today was Glory Days with the Dodgers and Other Days with Johnny Roseboro. Great book if you haven't seen it. Find it on eBay or Amazon or something. Let's do our shout-outs. Let's start out with our shout-outs. We always try to do shout-outs of people who are either watching live, well, you can't watch live, they were doing it again on YouTube, or bouncing the signal over, or those who've chimed in on the Facebook page in the last couple of days, couple of weeks. Let's see who's been hitting up our page here. Luis G, Kelly S, Aaron G, we'll hear his name again in a minute, Roger Y, Scott L, Eric N, Mark B, Carmelo G, Annette C, Dan B, David C, Kathy E, and you and me, and Jabri. And I call him B Fox because he is El Zorro. Once again, in case you missed it, here are the Magnificent Seven, and I'm giving them one more shout out before the season starts. These are the first 7 people to ever like this page in Facebook, the Let's Talk Dodgers page. 7 people who first helped me start this page when we started doing the podcast on the page. Number 7, guy I mentioned earlier, A-Man, Aaron G. Way to go, Aaron. Thank you, man. One of my biggest fans. And I'm one of your biggest fans, too. And then in 6th position, Red A, Mark B, another personal friend of mine, Stephen S, my nephew-in-law, because I think he was just curious about what's going on. He's a Yankees fan. We'll see you in the World Series, Stephen. Henry D, 2, my niece Jess. Hey, Jess. And number 1, because I got the idea to do this podcast, and then I started finding her because she was the first person I knew that had done a personal type podcast like this. Lacey C, big Texas Rangers fan. Hope we don't win it again in Texas. I hope we win it in LA or New York. But anyway, hope your team does a little better this year, Lace. I know they weren't so hot last year. But good luck to Texas. All right, and you know what? I got to give one extra shout out to Texas. You know why? Because their actual stadium is going to be able to have 100% capacity on opening day. We're only allowed 20%. All right, so be it. We'll work with what we got. Okay, and as we found out last week, Kike Hernandez's dad, Enrique Hernandez Sr., Kike Sr. to you and me, that's right, Kike's dad tunes into Let's Talk Dodgers, or he did when his kid was on the team. I don't know yet. If you're out there, Kike Sr., give me a right. We'll see what's going on. We'll give you another shout out. Of course, Kike Jr. will always be a Dodger to us, right, guys? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. If you have fan mail, you can always toss it into our Facebook page, or you can just write to me, letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. That goes for the Dodgers, too. By the way, I heard years ago that some of the Dodger management had seen this podcast. Shout out to Dodger management, just in case they're watching. Yeah, we love you. You're not going to find a better supporter of the team than anywhere than right here. All right. This date in Dodger history, March 31st, 1948. And this is even before I was around, even before Mark Langell, the team historian, was around. Shout out to Mark. March 31st, 1948, at Ebbets Field number 2, the Dodgers play their first exhibition game at Dodgertown in Vero Beach on this date in 48. Wow. It would remain the team's home for another 61 years. That deserves a shout out right there. And amidst much fanfare, including Governor Millard Caldwell throwing out the first pitch, Jackie Robinson homers in the first inning when Brooklyn beats its top farm club, the one he came from, the Montreal Royals, 5-4. It happened on this date 72 years ago. Wow. All right, March 31st, big important day in Dodger history. Let's get to some stats of the day. We got a couple of spring-ending stats and some team starting stats for you. Well, as you all know, tomorrow Clayton Kershaw is going to be on the hill. Talk about him in just a minute. But he's going to break a franchise record when he starts his 9th opening start, the most in team franchise history. That is way cool. Nobody's ever won more. Nobody's ever started more. Let's check these guys out. Ending spring training batting average. Are you ready for this? These 3 guys just killed it in spring training. They are more than ready to go. Corey Seager. Are you kidding me? 346. Will Smith, 372. Whoa. And Mookie, you know, he's just a piker. He came in at 318. Way to go, guys. I'd say these guys are ready for the season. Yeah, I think so. Watch out, National League. Watch out, MLB. These guys are going to be just killer diller. Also, last stat. In August last season, you know, in the short season, the Dodgers set, I think it's a National League record. I don't know if it was a Major League record. National League record for home runs in a month with 57 in August. Are you bleeping me? Wow. Some teams don't even hit 57 in a whole year. All right, let's do our newest feature. In case you haven't seen it, this is called Quick Hit Trivia for the older fans. This is an older one for you from the late 70s and mid-70s. Until 1979, the old knuckleballer Charlie Huff was used almost exclusively as a reliever. But my question for you is, how many games for the Dodgers did he start between 70 and 78? Answer a bit later. We'll get back to that. Think about it. Is it 1, 2, or 3? There's a hint for you. It's either 1, 2, or 3. All right, quick hit trivia. Let's get to the next thing here. All right, let's get you out of the ballpark. This is an important part of what we do because we try and keep you abreast of what's going on. Well, what's going on is this. In case you've been under a rock all spring, the season starts tomorrow, April 1. The Rockies are opening at home for the first time since 2011. And after a year of no fans, cooperation between the Rockies and the state and local government of Colorado and health officials has made it possible to host 21,363 fans, or 42.6% of normal capacity. That's going to be a huge crowd. That's pretty cool. Nobody that big has seen a game in over a year, so that's going to be fun. Temperatures are expected to climb into the 70s, low 70s. Games should be perfect highlight for the crisp colors of a Colorado springtime. And a note for you out-of-towners who are out of market and people on the rest of the country and the Bay Area Dodgers. Let's give them a shout-out. Bay Area has a great group called the Bay Area Dodgers. And let me tell you, Pantone 294 ain't got nothing on these guys. They're at all the games, too. They travel very well. Bay Area Dodgers fans, I want you all to know, and I wrote it in your thing earlier today, that Game 1 tomorrow with Kershaw and company, ESPN out of market. You guys are out of market, so you should see the game on ESPN. We'll have another secret for everybody else out of market in just a second. All right, so that said, the game will be carried by ESPN as part of its opening day quadruple header. Both teams, Dodgers and the Rockies, the regional sports networks, Sportsnet LA here in LA, and AT&T Sportsnet Rocky Mountain will also have the crews on the scene. So tomorrow it's going to be Clayton Kershaw against German Marquez. That's a 1:10 p.m. Pacific time game, 1:10 LA time. Got that? And ESPN out of market is showing it. Of course, Sportsnet LA here in LA. On Friday, Trevor Bauer's going against Antonio Senzatella. That's a 5:40 start Pacific time, okay? 5:40 on Game 2 Friday. Saturday, Walker Buehler is going to start against John Gray at 5:10 p.m. Okay, you got that? 5:10 p.m. And on Sunday, Julio Urias is going against Austin Gomber, and that's a 12:10er. It's like a noon game on Sunday, all right? If you got those times again, let's do a review one time. Opening day, 1:10 p.m., ESPN out of market and Sportsnet LA. Kershaw. Friday with Bauer, 5:40 p.m. Saturday with Buehler, 5:10 p.m. Sunday with Julio, 12:10 p.m. You got that? Great. Now, if there are any real management people from the Dodgers watching, you can just cut it right now because you don't want to hear this, okay? You don't want to hear me saying this. Somebody's going to get mad. All right. Here is, first of all, here's a quick secret for all the Bay Area Dodgers and everyone else watching, like Cheryl C., watching out of market. If you live outside of the LA region, there's a new secret in town. Forget that Reddit one from last year. Here's the secret. Get something to write with, okay? I'll tell you in just a second. Okay, you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Let me know when you're ready. Okay. All right. This is a very good secret. For the 2021 Major League Baseball season, first of all, in the spring, we were using this to watch spring games out of market. Now you can watch it anywhere out of market as well with this secret. Are you ready? Regular season games will be seen on MLB66.IR. Once again, that's MLB66.IR. I'm whispering because I don't want anybody to hear. And you can go up there. It'll show you a screen. It'll start playing a game usually if there's a game on at that time. But you can hit the top right corner of that screen. It'll give you a pull-down menu, and you can see all the games. Some of them will say spoiler, which means they're on a national broadcast or a regional broadcast, like ESPN's on tomorrow on Thursday. But most of the time, it'll show you all the games. You click on the icon for our game, and you'll be able to watch it out of market. In fact, you can even watch it in market. Don't tell anybody. Okay, management, you come back if you're watching the Dodgers. The quick hit trivia answer. We mentioned a minute ago, Charlie Huff was used almost exclusively as a reliever with his time with the Dodgers. But how many games for the Dodgers did he start between 70 and 78? 1, 2, or 3? Anybody got the answer? How many people said 3? No, you're wrong. How many people said 2? No. Answer is 1. Charlie Huff started 1 game for the Dodgers between 70 and 78. That's amazing. All right, other cool stuff. the Dodgers YouTube channel. I'm sure they're going to reactivate it tomorrow. Dodgers have a new version of their YouTube channel. You can check it out at youtube.com/Dodgers. That's youtube.com/Dodgers. They just put up a full 2-minute version of that JT prank thing he did the other day, where he called all his teammates and he goes, "No, man, I can't talk to you now. What are you calling me for?" That was funny. We put it up on our Facebook page, so I hope you got to see it. But anyway, YouTube channel had that. Also, this is coming from YouTube. Our show right now, we might do it live again, but for right now, it's on YouTube. And you'll find it, just look for Let's Talk Dodgers. You'll see bunches of them. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see new Dodger action from the team once the new season begins tomorrow. Yes, it's tomorrow, Dodger fans. Also, I've been reading some really cool brand new bios in the new bios section of the Sabermetric website. You can find their, what they call the Bio Project, biographies of various players at https://saber.org/bioproj. That's sabr.org/bioproj. And you can find all kinds of biographies on all your favorite Hall of Famers, favorite Dodgers, favorite players of all time. They're all hanging around in there. They're always writing new ones all the time, so check that out. That's the Sabermetric Bio Project. And don't forget to listen to all the other great Dodger podcasts that are hanging around, and baseball podcasts. For example, I hope they come back. I haven't said anything about it yet, but Oral and Joe do one off air with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser. Hope they return soon. Ross Stripling is still doing his show in the offseason with his friend Cooper Searles and their Big Swing podcast. And now Ross is going to be back in action with the Blue Jays, I guess, in Toronto. And if you're watching me from outside California and miss local interviews, check out Dodger Talk with David Vassegh. He actually puts most of his important pre- and post-game interviews up individually along with the complete Dodger Talk shows. So if you see Dodger Talk, you don't have 45 minutes to listen to it. Just listen to the 8 or 10-minute interviews he does with all the great stars that he has there. You can find it wherever you find your podcasts under Dodger Talk with David Vassegh. Either way, it's good to have on hand. Got to meet that guy sometime. I know he lives in the Valley somewhere. All right. Don't forget that I also tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about the team and maybe some hints about some books coming out once in a while and stuff like that on our Let's Talk Dodgers page inside Facebook. Drop me a line, say hi sometime, and we'll give you a shout out too. We'll talk to you again probably either during the weekend or maybe over right after the Colorado series, I guess, as they move on to play the A's after that in Oakland. So thanks for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Thank you. Special thank you to anybody in the Dodger management team that's watching right now. Hi, Stan. Are you watching? Shout out to Stan Caston and Andrew Friedman. All right. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Don't forget to subscribe to us when we post up in YouTube like we are doing now. And tell your Dodger friends where we are here in Facebook as well at Let's Talk Dodgers. That's going to do it. And I guess all we have left is opening day, right?
It's not technically a national holiday, but it damn well should be. Who wants a hot dog?
That's right. It damn well should be a national holiday for opening day. And we'll talk to you soon. I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. That's the best thing in the world. Shout out to Scott Brewer, too.
Play ball. It's time for Dodger baseball.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.